Two teams have clinched playoff spots. We already know one of those. I'll tell you guys what happened to the other team that I've clinched a playoff spot. After that, obviously, we had a huge brawl in Houston. Some other big things happened, most notably in the AFC North. With that said, though, here's all you guys got. Obviously, play of the day.
The targets to Shakir, completed. This is behind Cooper, who brought it in. Pitched it back to Allen, who's going to run the goal line and get in! No! Spectacular touchdown!
My goodness. Come on, Mike. Give it to him. Come on. That didn't just happen. Come on.
So many wonderful people who help all of us at the hospital. Those groups represent so many special people.
There's no doubt that Trevor represents the that'll be Shire, who's flagged for the first on the slide, and that's going to start a little bit of a scrum afterwards as the Jaguars come in to protect the QB. Walking out. Fans throwing things at him from the stands.
First down. Saquon. Oh, here he goes. Barkley at the 10, the 5, and the touchdown!
Returner for Minnesota. To the Jets with a big-time return.
He's hit from 56 this year. The kick, sailing, and McLaughlin misses. And pressure's coming and a high throw. And a one-handed catch from Adam Thielen. Goal range, and they go to 2 behind. Ripped out by the Bucs. And Diaby is on it. See how good this snap and hold are. It's up and through, and the Bucs pull it out in overtime.
And Cousins to the air, intercepted, picked off on the play by Still, and intercepted. This could go all the way. It's gone. Still, you can kiss him goodbye. Throws end zone, intercepted. 12, and a throw by Cousins, intercepted. Number 4 today, and Derwin James will seal the win for the Charger.
For 2 in the lead. Richardson pulls it back. Richardson bangs it in. And the Indianapolis Colts have taken the lead. Be an all-time NFL record. Snap, the hold, the kick. Online.
Alright, and with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the fun of course. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoy the NFL Week 13 recap. Obviously, going through all the games this Sunday. There were 11 of them, I think. Wait, no, that's not right. Is it? Wait, maybe 10? Wait, they played 4 or 5? Oh, never mind. I'm sped. That is 11. Big thing to know. I didn't want to forget this. Rams claimed the Commanders' first-round pick from last year. Obviously, that being Emmanuel Forbes off waivers, so that's just an interesting move. I wanted to put that out. Again, being a Rams fan, I can say what I want. That's going to give them a feature there, I kind of guess. We'll get to their game later as well. Obviously, there's a couple of big injuries to talk about. We'll get to those in a minute. Injuries for the in terms of the Commanders, yeah, like, okay. I guess, yeah, there's nothing really that crazy to talk about, like, again, right here. KJ Britt, ankle-wise, he's going to be out for a little bit. Calvin Austin messed up his hand. I think he caught a touchdown this week. Yeah, something like that. Questionables for the Eagles, nothing too serious. Yeah, Sauce messed up his hamstring. And where is he? Yeah, Tyrann Mathieu and Nick Saldiveri both are injured. Yeah, Nick Saldiveri is a little bit concerning, but I hope he's okay. Demarcus Robinson injured his hand, I guess. Outside of that, though, keep going up. I mean, Ladd McConkey knee injury, that's, I guess, somewhat serious. Obviously, Tyson Campbell, thigh. He's always been injured. And then, obviously, Trevor Lawrence with the concussion. That was, I'm just going to give you guys my opinion on that hit right now. That was really dirty. I mean, like, there's no way around it. That just simply was a dirty hit. And, yeah, they made the right call on it. Tossing Azeez Al-Shire. Again, he's been an aggressive player in his career for sure. Never something like that, though. Again, he got what he deserved for sure. But, yeah, I hope Trevor gets better, and you'll see my opinion on what they should do with him the rest of the season, especially with how their season's going, or has gone so far. Jimmy Ward, Eric, I don't know what the heck was his hand injuries, guys. Like, drink some milk or something. I don't know. After that, nothing really much here on Sunday. Injury-wise here, Marshawn Lattimore, this guy has not played a game for this team. after being the Commanders. Jordan Mason is expected to return in Week 18. I don't know if they'll need him then, so he's probably out for the season. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey is going to be getting PCL surgery, getting he injured his knee on Sunday Night Football. He looked like a ball on one of those plays trying to plant there, trying to get his footing, obviously. He'll be out for the rest of the season. That's just been a disaster. Jordan Elliott got concussed. Trent Williams also got injured. The Niners had a disastrous trip out there to Buffalo. Obviously, Baker, he also has a leg injury. That would not be good if he doesn't start. Well, I think he will be able to. Alex Esmond ankle obviously did not play this week against Cincinnati. Again, Darius Slay concussion. Obviously, we'll see how he goes through that protocol. Devontae Smith also hamstring. That's been nagging him all season. Outside of that, though, of course, Taysom Hill's out for the season. He tore his ACL. Again, that was really rough. Again, got caught off the field. I hope he recovers. And if he wants to continue to play football, he'll be able to do that. But again, they have like three that guest starters for the Saints right now are all injured, which is good. Kendall Fuller, see if he can come back in. He did not play this week either. Again on Thanksgiving night. Cam Hart, that would be big if he can come back again with the ankle injury. I don't know. Maybe Taheeb still might have took his spot though. Who was another guy? Juszczyk, he's out for the season too. I think. No, I might be wrong on that. I think I really whiffed on that. There's another guy that I'm completely missing. I know. I think it was just CMC. Someone else got injured too. I think. I don't even know for sure though. Tanner Bortolone, of course, concussion there. Outside of that, though, again, some, normal stuff. Outside, again, I think that's about it. Yeah. Again, some other guys are injured, but it's, again, Dalton Kincaid is questionable with an injury. But that's really, I think I have all I have for you guys, big injuries. I think I might have missed one. I'm thinking I missed one. I don't know for sure. But outside of that, though, playoff picture before we obviously get into our first game. The Bills obviously clinched the two seed, obviously, with their the AFC East clinching win, which is crazy when you think about it. They're the first team since the 2009 Colts, 2007 Patriots, and I think 2002 Eagles to clinch their division with 5 games left on the schedule. Obviously, that is the longest. Again, all 3 of those teams, lost in the Super Bowl. But again, for the Bills, obviously, big for them, obviously, clinching the AFC East for their 5th straight season. I mean, they've been crazy out this past couple weeks. We'll get into their game at the end. Chiefs, obviously, we already talked about clinching playoff spot. Outside of that, though, obviously, teams that got eliminated, the Patriots, I still don't know how the Jaguars aren't eliminated yet, but they technically aren't, I guess. That isn't right. They're 2-10. I thought they were worse than that. Whatever. I guess they're not. Giants, of course, were already out. Panthers are still alive, technically. Bears are in Panthers. And I'd probably say Saints are already out of it. Cowboys, I mean, they still got hope, I guess. Niners, obviously, a really tough loss. Rams, Cardinals, and Seahawks are going to be going down the wire for the division unless, of course, Niners do something. We'll see if that happens. Bucs have a very good shot getting the division. Again, we'll get to that later. Again, the Falcons lost again. Vikings, Packers, Commanders are probably all going to be holding down wild spurts permittedly probably for the rest of the season, considering the Eagles and Lions, at least not even the Lions. The Lions have the Vikings, Packers right on their butt, but the Eagles are again well above the Commanders there in the division. AFC wise, again, the Steelers have actually I think a 1.5 game lead on the Ravens. We'll see if that changes anytime soon. Obviously, with the Ravens playing them in Week 16 on, I think, in front of the whole country. Yeah, it is. I know it definitely will be. Chargers, again, very strong, holding that wild card spot. Again, the Texans have a 2-game lead in the AFC South, and they still do. Obviously, the Broncos, big game if they want to stay, again, ahead in this AFC wild card picture. They probably will be, considering the Bengals lost again. Browns are obviously out of it. Same thing with the Jets, and the Titans, obviously, that's about it there. Either way, that's all I got for you guys in the playoff picture and the injuries. Again, I hope you guys got some good updates and info out of that. With that said, though, let's get into our first game. Obviously, again, what you guys saw in the intro, Colts and Patriots. Here are the highlights from that one.
For a couple in their preseason opener. Handoff. Here's Stevenson. First down and more. Stevenson showing some interior linemen doing a nice job. Free blitzer coming straight up the gut. Richardson miraculously gets it out in time, and it's a touchdown. Catching the Patriots defense off guard. May climbs the pocket. He's going to run. May's got first down and more. May still going. Sprung.
Just trying to make myself better.
He has said and done all the right things of late. This pass deflected and picked. Ellis playing a nice game so far against what I think are 2 good inside players. Richardson in for the second level and use their athleticism. May puts a man under it. It's caught. Hooper touchdown. Both come in the last 2 weeks, so he still has 2 challenges left in this game. May second down pass over the middle, deflected. Was that picked? Whoa. Julian Blackman gives away the Bourne touchdown catch. 2nd and 10. Gibson shifting is Gibson. Just a magical hesitation. Colts from their own 35. Richardson fakes to Taylor, steps up, throwing, and it is picked. Or was it? Quarterback run or a run pass option. Richardson, here they come. Peppers giving chase. Richardson completes. For Taylor to the flat. Richardson looking. Richardson end zone. It is caught for the Indianapolis touchdown. Right here, going for two in the lead. Richardson puts it back. Richardson bangs it in. And the Indianapolis Colts have snap, the hold, the kick online. Nope. But it is short.
And the Colts were able to again keep their season alive with that 25-24 win over the Patriots again, snapping that, what was it? One game losing streak at home. Either way, though, of course, they now move to 6-7 with their second win against an AFC opponent. No, their third win. No, they went 3-1, I think. Have they played the Bills yet? They have. They went 3-1 finished 3-1 against the AFC East, again beating those three inferior teams. The Patriots fall to 3-10 with their third something like that third straight loss. Again, going into their bye week. Colts are obviously going to their bye week as well. I think they have a critical game. I don't even know who they're playing after that. Colts schedule. Oh, that just did not come out right. Colts schedule. They've got the they got the Broncos. Oh, that's a huge one. Colts and Broncos. That game will be interesting. Of course, on a huge, a Super Sunday in Week 15. With that said, though, obviously the Colts were able to get the win here. Again, in terms of notes from them, I really only one said Colts saved their season with Big Tony's second game-winning drive on the road in the last 3 weeks. Again, you look at it this week. Obviously, Shane Steichen said, again, they have something to lose, but they really don't. I guess. Obviously with that 2-point conversion call, and they absolutely got it, so that's great. But overall, again, Big Tony was great on that last drive. Everything else I have is really for the Patriots, to be honest with you guys. But obviously, Anthony Richardson, 12-24 for 109 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 2 picks. One of them wasn't really good. The other one, I guess you could just go with. But that second one probably would have lost in the game. But again, overall, AR again looked pretty decent in the pocket overall. The receivers, I will really struggle to get open. Al Pierce made a couple nice plays. JT obviously with the touchdown reception in that first on the opening drive. Big Tony almost overthrew him there. Michael Pittman, I guess, was okay, but overall, again, the receivers struggled to get off their cornerbacks. Just struggled to separate. And I think that there obviously are concerns again with the offensive play calling, in my opinion, because Michael Pittman Jr. was running some fade routes that I really don't know why he was running those. But again, that was really just what I saw on film. John Taylor, I guess he was okay. Again, he had 96 yards, 3.8 yards per carry. He was a big workhorse in this one. Obviously, AR pounded it in there as well. Okay, no did he. But still, the Colts obviously offensively really put it together in that last drive. Defensively, though, I think they kept them in the game for most of it. Yeah, they gave some big plays. Yeah, they were really bad against the run overall. But when it comes down to the fact that, again, they were able to secure tackling, and again, overall did penetrate pretty well towards the end of the game. I think really helped them. Julian Blackmon obviously with that big interception as well. But overall, I think this second defense, again, if they get moved like that in the first half against a team like the Broncos for a couple weeks, probably a game they're going to lose. But overall, this defense played, I guess, okay. I still got to have some concerns there. But the secondary overperformed big time, and I think that was a big part of this win. Matt Gay also hit a field goal for the Patriots. I had some stuff to talk about, obviously. I think, I guess a key stat. Patriots should use more design runs, plus use that to their advantage. Obviously, with Drake May, he had a 41-yard run in that first half. Obviously, really good for them. 200 team rushing yards also looked really good. This is the best, obviously, rushing game of this team's entire season, which was awesome. That's how I think they're going to be able to win games in the future, going into next year, running the ball well. Drake May obviously throwing the ball on third down in situations he needs to, because Drake May, guys, is reading the field pretty well. Yes, he's getting put into pretty good situations, but again, overall played pretty well again. And again, was efficient, didn't take pretty good care of the football. And with that said, though, again, they still have back-to-back double-digit loss seasons for the first time since they had 5 straight way back in 1989 to 1993. So it kind of tells you where this Patriots franchise is, again, overall. But when it comes down to it, again, I like, again, with the 200 rushing yards most this season. Again, 41-yard run from Drake. Outside of that, though, Patriots offense, again, this is the most efficient I think they've been all season. They looked really good. Yards per play, be damned, I guess. I think they actually had the highest there, too. Defensively, Drew Peppers, don't ask me how he's back, but he is. That's just kind of the nature of you being an NFL player, I guess. Kyle Duggar, 8 tackles. Christian Gonzalez, 6 tackles, also an interception. He's very good, obviously. Christian Ellis also had 4 tackles in this interception. Biggest problem for this defense, they could not win up front in terms of the pass rush overall. And Freddie Jenkins, I will say, won a couple of times. Devon Gotcha penetrated pretty well, but no one really got any consistent pressure at all. Christian Barmore did not play well at all, and overall, overall for this defense. They just looked a step slow again, especially in terms of the pass rush. They got to figure out a scheme that up next. What is called coming off the bye. Joey Slye did break 2 field goals. One of them, I guess, was not good, but the second one again was a 68-yard game winner, as we saw there at the end of the intro. I didn't really want to mention it too much. Oz Patriots 6.5 yards per play again with 200 yards rushing. I think that is the most they had the season. Biggest problem though again was the fact they weren't exactly the greatest in the red zone. 6 of 11 on third down though for the Patriots. Very close game overall though. Again, you gotta be really happy with how they played though. With that said though, Colts to keep their season alive. That's all I got for you guys here. And now let's get into our next game, which of course was a complete butt whooping, I guess.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
An early rhythm for Daniels. Robinson on 2nd and 1. He's got the first down. One more at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown. 2nd and goal. Daniels keeps it, looking to run at the 5. Nice moves. Daniels with a touchdown. Trying the right side, following the block of Radins. And the ball comes out. Ball is loose. Sandra still not. Play fake. Daniels has time. Surveys the scene. Looking for McLaurin. He's got him. Touchdown. And the Commanders are pouring it on. So Jackson gets a running start. Lost the football. Jackson fumbled the pole. Daniels on the slant. Caught. Touchdown. McLaurin. His second of the half. A 46-yard attempt for Gonzalez. And the kick is no good. Levis taking a deep shot. Westbrook Akine. Touchdown.
While I was down there in the building and around the community.
Daniels pass too high and picked off. Amani Hooker with a... Daniels will keep it. Looking to throw. End zone. Touchdown. Zach Ertz. 46 yards. This one from 52 yards. And it looks exactly like the one he missed from 46. Levis. Westbrook Akine. Touchdown. He just got in for his second of... Yes, is the running back. Up the middle, Rodriguez, touchdown!
And the Commanders are able to obviously ride a huge 28-point again, scoring 4 touchdowns, I guess, on their first 4 possessions, as they were able to dominate the Titans 42-19 overall. Obviously, seeing an end to their 3-game losing streak. Now, obviously, going into the bye week at 8-5, they got a very favorable game in New Orleans in Week 15, and are very well on their way to a playoff spot again if they don't really blow anything up. Outside of that, though, obviously, again, outside of those 4 touchdowns, they really didn't score a touchdown or any points really for like almost 2 quarters. From again the time they scored in the second quarter, I think it was like maybe at 10 minutes. They did score obviously in the third quarter, and then again I think they scored like earlier in the fourth quarter. But still, it's not like the Commanders are the most consistent scoring output. But again, it worked. 42 points is 42 points. Obviously the Titans fall to 3-9. They'll be playing the Jags, I think, at home next week if I'm not mistaken. So that will be a tank bowl, obviously. But overall, they kind of kept themselves in the game for a while before obviously sputtering out. But again, they're not a very good football team, and we saw that in this one. Will Levis, I think, did a decent job overall. He didn't really get pressured as much. Yeah, he missed some big throws over the middle. I gotta just tell you guys that straight up. Especially in that first half, I think he could have been a little bit more aggressive as well, though. But he did read out the field pretty well, especially again with those design progressions that, again, the scripted plays have really gotten him into. Again, he's got some go-to plays that he's very consistent hitting, which, again, most quarterbacks are. But for him specifically, it's really big that he's able to execute those. 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. Again, most of that was kind of garbage time. But still, he had an okay game, I guess, overall. Again, missed a lot of throws, like I said. But, again, some of those drops, it's like whatever. They also couldn't run the football. Again, it wasn't really, again, that's kind of how the game went. Like, that's how they got. Obviously, they had like 5 fumbles, which is just completely ridiculous. Nick Westbrook, I do have a stat on Nick Westbrook. Will Levis, yeah, okay, staying, yeah. He did struggle to get easy completions versus man coverage. I gotta say that. It's not, again, the receivers weren't getting open. Like, they weren't doing him any favors. But, again, Calvin really had some, like, plays. I'm like, yeah, that should have been a play, a throw there for to Will Levis. But, again, sometimes the routes overlap weirdly. And I think, again, that's on the OC. But still, that's what I got there. Outside of that, though, yeah, Will Levis, blah, blah, blah. Commander secondary. Yeah, okay, we get to that in a second. Titans. Yeah, they do suck because of those early mistakes. Fumbles. Blown coverage, etc. Yeah, they did have some black blown coverage, and just about it stuff. 28-0 in like 12 minutes. I mean, maybe not that quickly, but basically. Oh yeah, Monty Hooker with the defense, I guess, in a second. I think that's really all I got for you guys there. Oh yeah, here's Nick Westbrook's stat. Nick Westbrook had his, had 2 touchdowns, obviously, for the second time he's done that in his career. Again, 20, I kind of went on a tangent here. 20 receptions in the season overall, at least at this point. Again, if you're watching this in like another week, well, that's probably different by now, but he has 20 catches as of Monday. Again, after Sunday, obviously, for the week 13. 8 receiving touchdowns. So that's like almost half his catches, which is just ridiculous. Second career game with 2 touchdowns, obviously, versus the Broncos back in 2022. Go watch his highlights from that one. He had 119 yards, 8 catches, and 2 touchdowns. Also, his other 100-yard game, he had a 60-yard touchdown, 9-yard touchdown. Whatever, though. Getting back on track. Yeah, Nick Westbrook, I guess, played well. Defensively, yeah, they did their own thing. I mean, again, Amani Hooker with his 4th pick of the year. Gerald Worley was a complete tackling machine. Not a good thing for him. Kenneth Murray, I think, has emerged as, again, a pretty solid guy for them. Again, Arden Key is one of his best games of the season. He had like 6 or 7 pressures. Outside of that, though, yeah, this defense did not play very well. Again, it wasn't really their fault. They again had like 4 fumbles there, but Nick Folk obviously 2 for 2 on the field goals. Commanders. Again, I have some big things here. 276 rush yards. Again, you can see it right here. I'm not rushing. I'm not lying there. 267. My bad. Adjustments from Cliff Kingsbury, run the more between the tackles, and this is literally I was just like jotting this down as I was watching it on the all 22. Screens, such quick hitters, effective, efficient extensions to, of course, the run game as well. Again, they like to do that a little bit more. Again, I like being effective on first down. That's how they were able to do that. Good finish again after not scoring for 2 quarters. Like I said, again, they were able to close that one out. Jaden Daniels also the first rookie ever, or at least first rookie quarterback ever to have 3 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, and over an 80% completion percentage in the same game. Obviously, the rushing touchdown was gross. They had 3 guys who go for over 30 yards. Nearly again, a lot of guys ran the football. Very collective game overall. Terry McLaurin screwed me in fantasy because, again, I had him on my bench, but he did catch 2 touchdowns. He's, like, I think, 3rd in the league now in touchdowns overall. Zach Ertz also scored his 50th career touchdown. Congrats for him on that. Outside of that, though, I don't really think I had too much else. Washington kickers sucked. Oh, my God. Why are they so bad? Zane Gonzalez was awful in this one. I mean, he had 4 extra points, so that is something. But still. Not Bijan. Brian Robinson Jr., I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's his career-long, at least, rushing touchdown at 40 yards to open that game up. That was pretty cool. Outside of that, though, not really much, again, with that 28-0 lead. Receiving-wise, outside that, like, no one really did anything. Defensively, though, Mike Sanders still 7 tackles. He was very good. Again, overall, this defense just played like their kind of prototypical coverage. Were very opportunistic. Again, Zane Gonzalez was horrible, though. For the team stats, obviously, Commanders 463 total yards. They had a big day there. Controlled the puck for 40 minutes, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Those 2 fumbles on, like, the first 2 plays of those drives by the Titans in that first quarter killed them overall. Obviously, both, honestly, pass protection overall actually wasn't too bad in this one. Commanders going 9 out of 14 on 3rd down also helped their case as well. With that said, though, again, running 77 plays, 6-point yardage play is also really, really good. Again, like I said, with that said, Jesus, that's all I got for you guys. Now let's get to a game that, again, was really frustrating for one team.
From Atlanta, CBS Sports presents the National Football League. Today, it's the Los Angeles Chargers. This is to take the opening game lead, and no. That is the engine. 2nd and goal. Robinson again. Matthews with the block. That is
starting things over.
It's a 1st and 10. Open receiver McConkey. High school in the area. Breaks a tackle right there. Bates. Look at him go. He fumbled. Cousins. And intercepted. This to go all the way. It's gone. Still, you can kiss him goodbye. Second half. Cousins 2nd and 10 with Robinson back there. And slings it, and it's caught here by Ray McLeod. Cuts, tries, he's got a block from Pitts. Matthews the block. Cousins up the middle. Throws, end zone, intercepted. Intercepted by May. They just signed him this.
They're going to play shell coverage.
LA called that timeout. 4th down and 12. And a throw by Cousins. Intercepted. Number 4 today. And Derwin James.
And Kirk Cousins ties his career high with 4 interceptions as the Chargers are able to head Atlanta with a very narrow 17-13 win. Of course, they now move to 8-4 and are in a very comfortable spot to make the playoffs. Obviously, with a huge one in Kansas City looming, as of course on Sunday Night Football next week. Falcons, of course, fall to 6-6, their 3rd straight loss. They are in very big danger of losing the division, as they will be heading to Minneapolis to face the Vikings, who of course they have not had much success against in that place again, outside of maybe 2020. But still, again, the Falcons are in a really rough spot. They're on the verge of blowing up, which again could very well happen. But back to besides that, Justin Herbert. He still hasn't thrown a pick since week 2. He only has 1 in the season, which is kind of telling why this team's really, really good. He literally doesn't turn over the football. Again, 117 of his passing yards were literally to Ladd McConkey, which is not good. He's really the only guy I can really trust as a receiver in this room, which also is really bad. This offense did struggle to move the football. They didn't get the ball in the end zone. I mean, that's just kind of how this game went. And I think, again, against the Chiefs teams next week, I wouldn't say against going to better, again, probably a better defense overall. That's going to really hurt them. Again, I think, if they're able to get pressure on Justin Herbert, he's going to take a lot of sacks, which, again, really wasn't the case in this one, obviously. But I don't really have, like, too much to talk about for this one. Again, I've got some stuff. Alright. We got that, obviously. Ladd McConkey, guys, he's, like, gross, guys. He might be the best receiver in this entire draft class. Well, that's overstating it, but still, he's really good. Again, at least it's a slot. Oh god. Yeah, we'll get to the Chargers. Yeah. Overall, if it's Chargers offense, guys, again, I don't think they can survive by playing this type of group. They literally didn't move the football, and again, when it came down to it, like, no touchdowns, like, you gotta be better next week. Again, but overall, I guess, didn't lose you guys the game. Defensively, the Chargers defense is absolutely legit. We already knew that, but, like, really legit from after this game. This is why they could win a playoff game. No touchdowns from Herbert. Again, no turnovers from Herbert, obviously, as well. Troy Dye was very good with 14 tackles. Didn't miss a tackle as well. Derwin James, obviously, with the big game-clinching interception. Again, 2 picks from Tariq Steele. Again, also with the game-winning pick 6, as we really honestly put it there. He probably guaranteed his spot on the roster, at least for next year. Marcus May, again, I don't know. I have no idea he was on this team. He had an interception. They got, again, only 1 sack from Tier Tart. Again, the pass rush really wasn't, again, really stressed in this one. Again, Kirk got the ball out quick as well, but overall, I think they could have done a little bit better job scheming up some of these guys to get some good rush lanes. But overall, it wasn't a worst game from that pass rush. But again, overall, the defense played phenomenally. I don't even they played phenomenal. I think that's better. Outside of that, though, I mean, yeah, Dagger, the kicker, is arguably the best kicker in the league. For the Falcons, Kirk Cousins, 4 interceptions. Again, that was really bad. But then again, he is really, he's still a good quarterback. Like, again, one horrible game isn't going to do anything. But still, he was obviously awful in this one. The Falcons, again, have had back-to-back abysmal offensive performances overall. Obviously, dating back to week 11 when they got blown up by the Broncos. This can't continue if this team wants to, weather the storm and make the playoffs, obviously. Bijan was not great. He did score a touchdown, though. I will say, I think he had a couple of, what is called holes where I'm like, yeah, that could have been a touchdown. But he obviously didn't take him because, he's Bijan. Overall, this running game wasn't completely awful, but they definitely struggled to get some of those explosives. Ray McLeod, like, it was a 60-yard catch. That was really their only explosive play. Drake London was good. Kyle Pitts, again, did absolutely nothing. He got completely locked up by Dan Henley, I think it was, and also Derwin James. They did a really good job matching up on Kyle Pitts in this one. I'll give you that for that, what is called Chargers defense. Obviously, Falcons, they're not making the playoffs, like I said. Alright, for this defense, I mean, they played really well, in my opinion. They had, 5 sacks. And yes, some of them were because, yes, Justin Herbert held on the ball for, like, God knows how long, but they did a really good job getting pressure. He had his best game of his career, in my opinion, in this one. And overall, again, the pass rush wasn't, again, exactly the most efficient, but it worked out, and they were able to get some big pressures. Brandon Dorlus, also a guy I'd like to see get a couple more steps. Yoku has now missed 4 kicks in his last 2 games. That is obviously, or 3 games. Not very good, but obviously, that would have actually probably one of the differences in this one. Either way, though, for the team stats, obviously, the biggest thing that I come out of here, I mean, outside of, again, the Chargers couldn't get 200 yards of offense, guys, and gain more than 10 first downs. They should not have won this football game by that metric. Also, the time position was dominated by the Falcons. They held the ball for 2/3 of this game. But honestly, the biggest thing I think that came out of this one was that the fact that, again, Jim Harbaugh wanted to get out of here super quick because the game was like not even 2 hours and 40 minutes in total. And obviously, then they back out for that Chiefs game. With that said, all I got for you guys in this one. Obviously, Chargers offense struggles, but again, they're still able to get the W. And obviously, some big pick sixes, obviously, with the Tariq still play. But either way, all I got for you guys here, and now let's get to, oh God, the Jets are so bad.
Can Aaron Rodgers, coming out of the bye week, help turn things around for the desperate New York Jets? While Geno Smith, the former Jet draft pick, has the Seahawks sitting in first place in the NFC West.
Jets. Got to have a positive play here.
Rodgers, one-on-one. It's Adams. It's a vintage Rodgers to Adams connection for the
Air and let him do the rest.
Anders Carlson has his kick blocked. After the missed kick, will deliver to D. Williams. He's got Chenault blocking for him, and return loses the ball near the 30. He's had a couple of weird snaps today. Little shovel pass to Isaiah Davis, and Davis, the rookie, is into the 10th play of this Seattle drive. Is a play-action fake. Smith wheels it, finds his tight end, and A.J. Harris boots it away, and here is the to the Jets with a big-time return for Jay Harbaugh. Seattle special teams have been dreadful, and they continue to be as a stumbling attempt and bring pressure. Rodgers has it. Pick six, and he flips the game on a huge snap. 4th and goal. Smith, pressure coming from his right, twisting around, down he goes. Seattle and Arizona and Glendale next week, huge game. Here's Breece Hall, he lost it. Seahawks pick it up. Tyrese Smith, pressured by Williams, off the back foot for Jackson Smith and Jigba, who saves his quarterback.
To get away with an incompletion.
Charbonnet powers through, Charbonnet scores, and the Seahawks have the lead with 5.5 minutes remaining. Here's your game. Rodgers off the back foot, launches to the end zone. It's incomplete.
And the Seahawks come back from 21-7, of course, completing that second half shutout as they're able to escape MetLife with a 26-21 huge win, obviously, with their 3rd in a row. Again, all on the road. No, that's not right, but it almost is. Whatever, though, obviously, get the W there. Again, this was not a very clean game at all by them, but again, they're still able to get it done. They will be going up against, I don't even know, they're going to Glendale next week. That game's going to be huge. They cannot play like they did in this one. Whatever, though, just fall 3-9. They're really, really bad. They're going to be doing their own thing next week against the Dolphins on the road. So again, we'll see how they can play in Miami there. Of course, for the Seahawks, Geno overall was pretty good. 20 of 31 for 206 and a touchdown. He didn't really lose them the game, I guess. I think I had some stuff for him. Obviously, this wasn't really what it's about. Leonard Williams is the what's this one was about. Also, I don't think they were giving him enough credit there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. What else do I have? No. Yeah, I really don't have much for the Seahawks offense. Oh, yeah. Seattle off to 3 straight wins. All this stuff is more for the Jets or the defense. Kevin Walker, obviously, not very efficient, but, you know, he was there. Zach Charbonnet after scored a touchdown. After that, though, I mean, A.J. Gardner after a touchdown in the first step. J.A. Stan's really the only receiver right now, I think, really creating serious separation. But then again, DK was on sauce the entire game, so, I mean, I really can't really blame him for this type of game. He did make some big plays when it came down to it. Defensively, Ernest Jones, I think, is the glue for this defense overall, but again, you can't ignore the way Leonard Williams played. I'll just read his official stats score. Obviously, line score, 92-yard pick six, obviously, to win them the game. 4 tackles, 2 sacks, 1 tackle for loss, 5 pressures, a blocked field goal, or blocked extra point, and obviously, the Seahawks did fumble the ball 3 times, which again is a bad thing about this team, but still, again, he completely made up for that. Outside of that, though, the secondary, I think, really played well. I think that's what I said. Yeah, played well again. I don't know, guys. I was doing this late. But all I remember from that, Julian Love had 6 tackles as well. Josh Jobe was pretty decent, too. But when it came down again, Tariq Woolen being really good on the outside also helped, too. But yeah, for this defense, they really stepped up. For the Jets, I mean, they're really bad. Aaron Rodgers, obviously, 6. Career pick 6. He's now thrown 4 since 2020. Again, I think one was against the Bucs some year then. And, you know, yeah, he's, again, the Vikings and Packers, and not Packers, Patriots, like stuff like that. Whatever, though. Through his 6th career pick 6, getting 2 touchdowns. Still, now it's 35th straight game without 300 yards passing. He's going to continue that probably for the rest of the season. Running game was non-existent. Again, they really just didn't commit to it. Devontae Adams, obviously, with that vintage touchdown. Bro, I don't know. You're just so lazy. Isaiah Davis also had a touchdown. But overall, again, this really no one was also, again, stepping up as a receiver. Devontae got, completely locked up on a lot of plays as well. Yeah, Jets are obviously still bad. We'll get to Keenan Wong in a little bit. He was really the only bright spot on this team. Yeah, Jets are obviously running a fake offense. There's a lot of stuff about that. Aaron Rodgers is a statue. What else as I said? We'll get to, I don't think that matters. But whatever. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is a statue. He's putting his offense in a bad spot sometimes. Defensively, the secondary kind of got burned a little bit, but outside of that, I mean, I really can't complain. It's kind of a lost season in a lot of ways. Jets cornerbacks weren't good in the second half. Yeah, like DJ Reed, even Sauce in a lot of ways, just weren't very good. Will McDonald is continuing his torrid season, obviously. Hassan Reddick wasn't that great. Anders Carlson didn't have to kick a field goal, which I guess is a good thing for this team. Team stats, though, neither team really produced much offense overall. Both teams were really not efficient at all either. Again, both teams had turnovers, too. This is definitely a sloppy game. Again, Jets, Again, 3 fumbles by the Seahawks. Again, 2 of them were covered on the special teams play. They were atrocious in this one, obviously, special teams-wise. Obviously, the biggest thing, though, the Keenan Nwangu, 4th career kickoff return touchdown. Again, he hasn't had one in a couple of years, so that's great for him. But overall, if you're a Jets fan, again, you kind of be frustrated you lost this one because you guys absolutely should have won this game. It's kind of been like the overall climax this season, I guess. Seahawks, though, again, you're not going to win many games like this if you continue to play like that. But hey, Leonard Williams stepped up. He had a big game, and obviously now you're first in the division, so that's good too. Outright as well. With that said, though, that's really all I got for you guys in this one. Again, it wasn't a great game. Now let's get to a game that obviously had a huge brawl, but the game itself, not too great.
Road's been kind to the Houston Texans. 9 straight wins in division in true road games for C.J. Stroud in Houston. But will the return of Trevor Lawrence spark the Jaguar?
3rd and 10 here with a first down. Lawrence will go deep. He's got Thomas out there, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley out of 10 yards or more for Jacksonville. This time they connect with Thomas. They'll convert for that and much more. Down the sideline, the long strider, Thomas, caught inside. He's 22 yards before that 30-yard run. And now Mixon again sweeps the left side into the end zone for a Houston touchdown. 55-yard try for Cam Little, who hit 59 earlier this year, and the kick is wide. No interceptions thrown either. Just gets the snap off. They bring pressure. It's picked up. Stroud throws wide open. Dalton Schultz, and he will waltz in. Here comes pressure. Jones, it's picked up. Floats it out there. Leaping grab is made by Washington, and he is into the end zone. Jones looking to the air. Over the middle. Jump ball caught by Brian Thomas for the touchdown. For 12 on 3rd down today. Toss play, Mixon, looking for an opening. He's got the first down.
Let's talk about all the things. Alright, the Texans obviously are able to, I guess kind of weather the storm like the Commanders were able to, again, as we talked about earlier. Obviously, with this not too encouraging 23-20 win over the Jaguars, obviously, what is it now, like their 8th, something like that, straight win against the Jags. They haven't lost against the Jags in Duval since 2017. Obviously, the big brawl, Aziz Al-Shaair probably can get suspended or something, or fined at least, obviously after getting ejected. With that cheap egg, and that was probably the biggest headline coming out of the game. Nonetheless, the Texans, they go into their bye week at 8-5, and again, have a very good shot at winning this division. Again, they won it last year, so back-to-back division titles. Again, that would be the first time they were able to do that since 2018 and 2019. Obviously, also the first time they've had back-to-back 8-win seasons, obviously dating back to last year, since those 2018 and 2019 seasons. Jags fall to 2-10. They are now 3-15 since that debacle, or like Trevor Lawrence injury on Monday Night Football back in Week 13. They're a really bad football team, guys. Obviously, another loss. They've lost 5 in a row now. It's not great in Duval County. Obviously, they're going to be heading to I think they're heading to Tennessee or Nashville next week for what will probably be a loss. CJ overall though, didn't turn with the football. Pretty conservative. Not really the craziest game you've seen out of him, but he did enough to win. Joe Mixon overall was really good, 101 yards and a touchdown. Not really too much to talk about for him. Oh yeah, no, there actually is something. He actually is a pretty cool stat here. Outside of yeah, we'll get to the Texans, I guess. Mixon. No. Oh, yeah, Mixon. First running back in NFL history with 6 straight road games with 100-plus rushing yards and a touchdown, which is crazy when you think about it. It's all been this season as well. So, Joe Mixon on the road. Again, any film who somehow doesn't have him in fantasy, pick him up. Dalton Schultz, 5 for 61. Obviously, Nico Collins continues to be an elite receiver for this team. Again, overall, though, outside of the again, Texas not closing well, much needed bounce back for the team overall, again, even if it was against a terrible team. Yeah, I wasn't even say that. What did I say? 122. Mixon got more dangerous holes. But yeah, he did have a 30-yard run. I don't know what I was trying to write there. I can't even remember that. Whatever though. Okay. Yeah. Again, I just saw that I haven't lost the Jags. Or defensively, Kamari Lassiter's #1 corner. I don't care what people say about that. Derek Stingley Jr. is elite, had an interception. Overall, this defense just kind of did their thing. Again, not great in the first half overall, but again, and I don't see they were great. They shut them out. What am I talking about? But another thing gets shut them out. But they again, outside that fourth quarter, they played really, really well. Again, as you'd expect them to. Kyrie Fairbairn bounced back as well for the Jags. Obviously, Trevor got injured. Don't start too loud the rest of the season. It's pretty simple, guys. You don't want him getting injured. Again, you really don't want him getting concussed again. I don't even think he should be starting in the first place after they started out, what was it, 2-8 or something. He should just not play the rest of the season. Whatever injury he had, just use that as an excuse to have him not play the rest of the season. That's what I would have done, because he doesn't need that. Again, they're wasting Brian Thomas's rookie year. He obviously scored a touchdown, also had a big play. Parker Washington also had his best career game with 6 catches for 103 yards and a touchdown. See if you can continue that. Running game was completely irrelevant. For this defense, though, I mean, they're just not good. I mean, it's pretty simple. We already know that. The talented guys like Tyson Campbell just aren't playing well. Trayvon Walker had a nice sack. Josh Allen had a nice sack. But again, they have three like legitimate star guys in this, like, uber talented guys, I guess you would say, on this defense. I wouldn't say Flores Lukong's that cool, but he's at least decent. Devin Lloyd's really stepped up as well, but they got some, like, 4 or 5, like, really good players in this defense. And outside of that, no one else is even, like, honestly average in a lot of ways. I mean, Honor Cisco's pretty decent, but you get the point. This defense isn't playing as a team right now, and that's really hurting them. Cam Little obviously missed that one field goal, but whatever. Team stats, actually, Jackson more yards. Most of that was garbage time, though. Obviously, the Texans get the win, guys. Not really much else to talk about here. Again, Azeez Al-Shaair, you deserve a pretty big suspension for that, at least a fine, obviously, like I said. And obviously, with that said, let's get to a really fun game.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Action, looking long, checking down to Jones, who juggled and caught it, and then lost the ball, and this time it's recovered by Roy Lopez. For the Cardinals, Chad Ryland, who hit from 32 on their first drive, is going to miss this. Romo made a career-high 55-yarder in the first half. This one not as deep. He's not been able to finish a drive in 2 games. First down and 10. Murray directing traffic, sets his feet, wants him in the end zone. Harrison Jr. The 5 with a first and goal. Darnold looks to throw for it. Pressured from behind. Keeps his eyes downfield and has a wide open man for the touchdown. And blitz. Moreau on Harrison to the bottom, and it is 1-on-1. Murray keeps it alive. Kyler Murray looking to make magic. Heaves one. Murphy picks it off. He's had the fumbling problems. Darnold will look to throw for it. Pressured from behind. Hits Jones out of the backfield. Redemption for Aaron Jones. Murray lets it fly. Harrison Jr. can't get it picked off. Let's talk about life.
And what was, of course, a thrilling finish. The Vikings are able to pull off their 5th straight win. Of course, get to 10-2 for the second time in the last 3 seasons, and probably, obviously, basically put themselves in like a guaranteed, at least like a 5th or 6th spot in the playoffs, I hope. But of course, 23-22 was the final score. Again, it should have been either the Cardinals should have won by a lot more, or the Vikings could have scored a touchdown or 2. But obviously, Cardinals fall to 6-6 with their now 0-2 in those. Again, like I said, there were 3 games I think would have decided this team's season, or again how the directions Cardinals' season will go. And so far, they're 0-2. Again, obviously, we can see if they can make up for it after that, but. Again, lost to Seahawks last week in Seattle, lost to Vikings here in Minneapolis this week. They're going to have to, I think, win next week against the Seahawks to really have a good shot winning the NFC West, or at least putting them in a good spot for that. But again, still fall to 6-6. Again, like I said, huge game against Seattle. Vikings, on the other hand, I mean, I don't even know who they're playing next week. They're playing somebody. Oh, they're hosting the Falcons. That actually is a big game, too. Kyler, really trying to do too much, guys. 31-45, though, 260 touchdown, 2 picks. You don't want him throwing the ball this many times in the game, but at the same time, I'd say, like, some of those, again, I think some of those were warranted. Again, the Vikings secondary was really shaky in this one overall. And you might say, oh, yeah, why didn't Kyler have, like, really any sort of deep completions? Well, it's pretty simple why. The Vikings cornerbacks actually really played well. Again, like I said, there was, a lot of good opportunities. It's because both Cam Bynum and Harrison Smith were showing a lot of, again, like, basically favorable looks for Kyler to throw at. And obviously, again, Brian Flores really disguised that well. But, again, Cardinals, again, like I said, are 0-2 in these big games. Both teams struggled. Yeah, that's true. Both teams really short to score, guys, instead of the 40. It's basically because neither team could really run the ball in those situations. I think they could have ran the ball a little bit more, though, obviously, because that's what this team's good at. Which, again, we'll get to the Rams in a second later, in a little bit, too. You got to run the football, Cardinals. That's what your offense is. Like, I don't know what's going on here. They were successful on first down, too, so there's no excuse. Obviously, we'll get to that in a second. Again, both teams did struggle. And it was because, obviously, the deep threats, honestly, you could argue with both teams, threats not being utilized. Again, I get, like, a guy like Michael Wilson not really being a deep threat per se, but, again, I think they could have used him like that. Trey McBride had a big game, 12 for 96. Obviously, a touchdown from Marvin Harrison, who, again, they really relied on way too much in this one. And, again, he didn't really, come through. Kyler, horrible heave with ball around the 50-yard line. That was such a bad interception, guys. There's no way around it. But for this defense, Mac Wilson was pretty good, 7 tackles, 2 sacks. They did a really good job blitzing again with Jonathan Gannon there. But outside of that, the secondary wasn't really that good, and the fact that, again, they forced a couple big turnovers was really good. But again, this defense just really isn't that talented, and the fact that, again, they were just keep this team in the game for a while was pretty big. Chad Allen obviously missed that one field goal, but whatever. That probably would have been the game too. Vikings, Sam Darnold's very solid, 21 31, 235, and 2 touchdowns. Again, Aaron Jones does not run the ball particularly well, but of course he had the game, winning touchdown in a lot of ways, and obviously as well had that again fumbled early, but got redemption there. Johnny Mutt had a touchdown as well. Justin Jefferson 7 for 99. Jordan Addison also 454. Could have utilized him more. 2 big notes on the Vikings. Obviously, second 5-game winning streak this season. Now 5-10. Pretty rare for that team to be able to do that. 7-1 one-score game, similar to that team again a couple years ago that obviously went 13-4. 19-6 comeback as well in the late third quarter. Byron Murphy now is his 5th pick of the season. He's pretty good at doing that. Shaq Griffin also had an interception. I think Byron Murphy also has a pick against every single NFC West team except the Seahawks. So I think they'll be playing later. John Garner, obviously a sack as well. Overall for this defense, so they did a really good, like I said, good job disguising the fact that, again, guys like Stephon Gilmore and Shaq Griffin are playing out of their minds at this age are really good for them. John Parker Romo also was pretty decent. Again, he did miss one field goal, whatever. Cardinals did have over 4 units of offense, but again, they weren't able to do enough. Control the clock for 36 minutes. Not being able to score in the red zone killed them in this one, guys, and obviously the Vikings weren't exactly prolific on offense either. But still, they're able to do enough to get the comeback win, and obviously move 10-2. With that said, though, let's get to the game that arguably was the most, sought after the day, at least in the early window.
Third down and 3. Wilson intercepted. It's picked off by Taylor Britt. Working the sideline. Taylor Britt could go and does. 4 on this drive. Harris has the majority of the yards for the team so far. Pickens catch, run, slips out of there. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. At running back, slashing, another big gain. It's Brown diving for the pylon. He's the drive for the Steelers. Shotgun. Wilson fires. End zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown. Steelers. First and goal. Handoff. Brown takes it in. Burrow. Step up. Deliver. Touchdown. Jamar Chase. Bengals take Harris in the backfield. Pitch it to him. Harris. A clear lane to the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. First half, high-scoring affair. Burrow steps up. Oh, didn't see the defender. The ball is free. The Steelers. Moon ball, and it's caught by Pickens. Russell Wilson, 42-yard attempt. Chris Boswell, it's blocked. Cincinnati makes a play. 3 weeks in Pittsburgh. Second down and 5. Wilson steps up. Wilson avoids it. Throws on the move and finds Freiermuth for the touchdown. Yosivas, motion man. Burrow knocked away. Steelers have done it again. Scooped up by Wilson and he takes it in for the touchdown. Play clock winding down. Burrow fires it. Handled by Higgins for the touchdown. Bengals crowd the line. Wilson gets rid of it. One-on-one, hits his man. Jefferson cuts it back. I told the story. I love it. Second and goal. Burrow, end zone. He threads the needle for the touchdown.
And the Steelers bad, forcing 3 Joe Burrow turnovers in that, I think, at least mid-second quarter, second half. But, of course, able to get up by 3 scores with that 41-24 lead and obviously ride that out as they moved in 9-3 with that huge bounce-back win. Of course, now are, 2-1 in that 4-game stretch against the AFC North. They're going to be hosting the Browns next week in what will be a big game for them to win. Of course, trying to get to double-digit wins for, again, almost the 3rd season out of their last 4, something like that. Obviously, clinch their 21st straight season with a 500 or above record. Obviously, Mike Tomlin preserving that obviously thing for him as well. Bengals fall to 4-8. They're effectively done in my opinion. I don't really see how they'll make the playoffs. Maybe they will, but they're on the verge of getting eliminated. As well as the fact that they're 4-8, and their defense is awful, and their offense is not good enough to make up for that, I guess. They've got a game against the Cowboys on Monday Night Football. That'd be actually funny if they lost that one too. Russ had his best game in years. I'm gonna argue since, of course, that wild start to the season back in 2020. 29-38, 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, pick 6 early, but that really didn't matter because he did throw 3 touchdowns. Running game was very good as well. I think they would have ran more if, again, Russ wasn't playing the way he was, so that's great as well. George Pickens obviously with the 17-yard touchdown early. Pat Frymuth also with a great touchdown. Russ, nasty improvisation there, as well as Calvin Austin catching a touchdown as well. But for this Pittsburgh team, I think I got to that. Yeah, this, honestly, if you're a Steelers fan right now, this, I think, is the year. Yes, they are vulnerable in a sense. They're really not. But this is a Steelers team that I think, again, this is the first time since, again back in 2017, where their last win of playoff win, obviously, of course, in the Arrowhead in the divisional round. This, I think, is the year they finally break that streak, of course, with the playoff one. Because I think they have a very good shot to do it, of course. Now, a game and a half up in the division. Like, if they're able to beat the Ravens in week 16, guys, very good shot they're going to be able to win this division. Outside of that, though, again, it's a nail in the coffin for the Bengals, obviously. Russ cooked, I guess, his best game since 2020, 3 touchdowns, blah, blah, blah. This game wasn't as close as the score said, guys. It really wasn't. Also, yeah, they also had 40 points through 3 quarters, which I know, no, they didn't, but you get the point. They had a very good game there. Clinches, again, Tomlin streak. Do I have anything else outside of that? I think I just have, like, stuff about the Rams, I think, after that. What the heck? Yeah, never mind. More stuff on the Bengals, which we'll get to in a second. But Steelers' 3rd straight win at the Bengals, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. Anything else on the Steelers? Nah, not really. Yeah, Calvin Austin, 2nd straight game with touchdown as well. Either way, though, this, again, offense was great. Defensively, yes, they were not great early. They gave some big plays. Obviously, Teagan screwed me in fantasy there with those 2 touchdowns he gave. But they did, of course, have the scoop and score. Big interception from Dante Jackson. And overall, they were collectively very good effort overall. Obviously, T.J. Watt was a beast in this one as well. And yeah, overall, this defense, again, collectively came together and played a really good game. Again, they're a great defense anyway. Chris Boswell was his first field goal, I think, of the year. And probably not, but still. Joe Burrow, 3 bad turnovers. But outside of that, 20-38, 309, 3 touchdowns. He's still putting up, again, prolific numbers. Most of that was garbage time, though. Because, I mean, they only scored 24 points for part of that. Running game is non-existent. I mean, yeah, it was a 40-plus yard run early from Chase Brown. Bengals run again. It finally looked decent, I guess, again, when you put it about that. But, again, being the highest, and it's also the highest scoring game of the season, I think, so far, if I'm not mistaken. Again, they had the Week 5 game here in Cincy. Also was pretty high scoring. Obviously, that was arguably the game of the year between the Ravens and Bengals. But I think this is actually higher scoring, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Teagan's obviously with those 2 touchdowns. Oh, no, he only caught 1. What the heck? Yeah, he only caught 1. I thought he had 2. Jamar Chase at least caught a touchdown as well as Andre Yosivas. Yeah, this defense obviously sucks for the Bengals. I mean, I don't really care about the rest of this. They're horrible. Pick 6 from Cam Taylor, but that's really all they did. Not much consistent pressure. Not much really effort either, and you're not going to win much games when that happens, guys. Let's put that out as it is there. With that said, though, team stats-wise, I mean, the Steelers average nearly 8 yards per play. 522 yards of offense, which is just ridiculous. 3 bad turnovers by the Commanders also didn't, not the Commanders, the Bengals also didn't help. As their season's over, because their defense sucks, they're going to have to probably fire Lure and Rumo, or at least tell them to leave, and figure out something in that offseason, because they really need to revamp this defense, to say the least. Who knows? Maybe they'll be good next week, though. With that said, though, let's get to a game that was way too close, let's be honest. But hey, Bryce Young is cooking up.
Since he became the starting quarterback for Tampa Bay, no one in the NFL has thrown for more touchdowns than Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield end zone. High, one-handed, hauled in, and that's a touchdown. And here they come. Bryce Young is trying to run his way out of it. And throws, and the catch is made. Down the sideline. Can run it, and he's going to take off and go for the first down. And for the touchdown. 45 yards away, he missed for 38. With 1 timeout. Mayfield looking around and will float one that's taken away. Coming in for the pitch. So far, 0 for 7. Mayfield is going to throw, and it's intercepted. Another takeaway. Xavier Woods. Pick up a 13 yards. Back to Irving. Has a whole bucket yardage in the end zone. A Buccaneer touchdown. Young has time, and he can run, throws for the end zone. It's a touchdown, Panthers! Chase McLaughlin, the kick, it's up! It's through. The kick, sailing, and McLaughlin misses. The blitz is on, and pressure's coming, and a high throw. And a right-hand catch from Adam Thielen. Already in field goal range, and they go to Chuba Hubbard. Ball's out, ripped out by the Bucs, and Diaby is on it. See how good this snap and hold are. It's up and through.
And while Chuba Hubbard gifted this game to the Bucs, of course, the Bucs are able to get this win. Of course, back-to-back wins off their bye week, as they now find themselves back at 500 after that 4-game losing streak prior to their bye week, as they obviously are now tied up technically with the Falcons atop of the division. But of course, with the Falcons having that tiebreaker, the Bucs are going to have to start winning. Are going to have to again gather up some wins and get a game ahead of the Falcons if they want to win this division. Of course, for the fourth straight year actually. But that is looking very possible, of course, as they have the Raiders next week and the Falcons and the Vikings. That can be nevertheless, both the teams are obviously in favorable, or again for the Bucs at least, are in favorable situations in terms of who's home and who's away. Panthers, yes, they fall to 3-9. Again, it's been tough again the past couple weeks, but again, they're competitive. And they're a team that are, at least they got some hope for next year, obviously. This is a much better team than they were last year in a lot of ways. Yes, next week's probably going to be tough, too. I think they're heading to Philly, so who knows? Maybe they fall off a stunner. Honestly, you know what? Screw it. I might actually pick the Panthers next week. I'm just saying. It could happen. It could happen. Like, it's out there. Will it happen? Absolutely not, but could it? Let's wait and see. The Panthers playing good football, and the Eagles are, I don't really care who they're playing right now. Get to that game in a minute. Obviously, outside of that, though, for the Bucs, Baker, I do have some stuff to talk about for him because he really didn't play that well. Overthrew middle field against two high zones. Really, it's just because, not cow zones. I almost said that. Against two high zone because obviously, you know, you kind of like try to loft it or layer it throws, but it just didn't really work out too well. Bucs look like they can win the division, like I said, for the fourth straight year. Like last year, got another ugly win. Of course, they played the Panthers actually in Week 13 as well last year. They were only able to beat them most final score, like 21-18. Mike Evans obviously had an insane touchdown like he did this game, 8 for 118 again in touchdown. He seems to play really well against the Panthers. But yeah, Bucs had got this one out again like they were to last year. And this one even going to overtime. They already get that done. For this defense, though, Levante David was very good. Antoine Winfield Jr. also was very good. But overall, the coverage overall was really spotty. And I think that could hold them back if they even get to the playoffs. Kalijah Kancey obviously with the sack. Chase McLaughlin shake off that missed field goal. You hit some big other ones too. Outside of that, though, I don't really think I have too much else in the Bucs. Best rushing game of the weekend, Week 6. We'll get to that in a second. Yeah, I've completely skipped over Bucky Irving, guys. Bucky Irving was huge. 25 for 152 and a touchdown. He was over 1,000 scrimmage yards in the season now. Rashad White also pretty good. They ran the ball down that Panthers team's throat. Which, now that I think about it, I'm going to kind of contract that statement about them upsetting the Eagles next week because they use run offenses like this against a Bucs squad that, again, isn't awful as a run group, but not anything near the Eagles. They're probably giving 400 rushing yards to Saquon. But outside of that, yeah, be favored to win the division. Like I said, I'm going to get this kind of how can't be the only reliable option in this offense. K-Don, I see you. Like, you're out there, obviously, but this offense definitely needs to be diverse as a receiving group overall. Yeah, okay, I think the rest is on the Panthers, right? Yeah, okay. Bryce Young will be the starting quarterback for the Panthers in 2025. I don't know why he wouldn't be. The past couple weeks, he's been playing phenomenal football. Yes, some incompletions here and there in this one. I get that, again, especially against pressure. But he made some big throws in this one. Obviously, the game, basically the virtual game-winning touchdown in a lot of ways. Obviously, 300 passing yards as well. He was really good downfield in this one. You can't really complain how Bryce Young played. He did a lot of really good stuff in this one. Also anticipated well. Also scrambled a little bit better as well. Outside of that, though, I think I have something else. I have a big thing here for Chuba Hubbard. Hubbard fumble was bad, but again, we'll get to the Rams thing in a second. But you can't forget that he's your entire offense, which, let's be honest, guys, for most of the season, he has been. So, yeah, don't bite the hand that feeds you, I guess. Adam Thielen, 8 for 99, scores touchdown, insane 1-8 catch 2. You cannot forget about that. Time of Tremble, 5 for 77. Again, I have another thing here. Adam Thielen can't be your number one, or literally like your entire offense here, because, let's be honest, guys, no one really else had a really, truly good game. Time of Tremble getting some big catches, I guess, but, like, David Moore, Xavier Glatt, again, like, not great there. Jonathan Brooks, I guess, was decent. Bryce Young does need better options there. Panthers run scheme needs to be overall in the sense of breaking bigger runs. Again, Chuba really hasn't had that opportunity this year, probably because they don't really run enough outside zone, outside the tackles in a lot of ways. They're able to figure that out. That would be nice. Bryce Young also obviously scored a nice rushing touchdown. Secondary is playing together. I'll give them that in this defense. They really made it hard on Amari Barno. I don't know what happened to accent, but Yes, they got some pretty decent pressure, but again, the secondary playing together, I really think put them in a good spot in this one, kept this game competitive in a lot of ways. Awana and McClowney finally have that, are finally emerging as, again, a pretty lethal duo there off the edge. Outside of that, though, I mean, defensively, again, they had another greatest game of the season, but again, overall, they confused Baker, they made it hard on him. APR missing two field goals did not help their case, though. Obviously, team stats, both the offenses had a pretty good, decent amount of yards, getting 236 yards on the ground for the Bucs, best rushing performance since week 6. Of course, where they put up 51 against the Saints. Nearly 40 minutes possession. Also, again, neither team was really that great on third down. Again, the Bucs' lowest rushing yards down overall, having 445 total yards, really helped them this one. Again, most of that was in overtime. I could give them that too. But still, Bucs are able to grind this one out, get the big W. Panthers, again, you got a big game against the Eagles next week, I guess. With that said, though, let's get to a game that was basically a must-win for both the teams. Obviously, here are the highlights.
Attitude.
You get yourself off the mat, then you just go back to work.
To stay in the race, LA must bounce back in the Big Easy.
Finding down. Saints get the snap off in time. Cards pass was tipped.
Opportunities to score touchdowns as opposed to field goals, but it's what he wanted from the Saints.
36-yard attempt. Atwell in motion. 4th down and 4. Stafford fires. Pass incomplete. Goes in motion. Here's Williams. Kyron Williams stays on his feet, and he is in for a Rams touchdown.
And him following his blocks.
Jordan Howard in for Matthew. Stafford firing. Robinson. DeMarcus Robinson. On 1st down, fake to Williams. Stafford to the end zone. Touchdown. DeMarcus.
On Carr.
Here's Carr on 3rd down, looking for Valdez. Scantling. He's got it. Touchdown! Carr looking. Now he throws, and it is caught.
What a catch. Touchdown.
2nd and goal. Quick out to Nakua, and he takes it in for a Rams touchdown. Here's Carr on 4th down and 3. Pump fake, hit from behind. Ball comes loose. It's recovered by Valdez.
I don't want this. While it was ugly and the Rams had shutout in the first half, which we'll get to in a second, they are able to, again, win this one, of course, in a must-win for them as they now move back to 500. They will have the opportunity to get their absolute butts behind kicked by the Bills next week. I'm telling you they're going to get blown out next week. I'm not even going to really get into that. But, again, they're still in the NFC West race, of course. Now here, of course, final score is 21-14, though. Saints, of course, fought a 4-8. They're basically out of it now for sure. They will be they're playing a game next week. I don't know against who. I can't think about that right now. Well, I'm just gonna tell you. Let me think. They're going to MetLife to play Giants. So never mind. They'll get a win there. But still, Matt Stafford, very conservative, hell of a lot of play action. This one, over 50% of his passes were that. But overall, still technically threw for 183 yards. Didn't think he would have. But get 2 touchdowns. Rams actually went 3 of 3 in the red zone I think that's definitely the best game they had on the red zone this year. Kyron also ran the ball down their throat. Again, I'm just going to go through a rant, I think, on the Rams in a second. Yeah, Rams aren't allowed to win by more than one score, at least. That's from what we've seen this year. I mean, this is just ridiculous, guys. Like, I don't know what the Rams are trying to do there. Saints obviously can't stop the run. That's something I think we already knew, but, like, they really can't stop the run. So, any guys or teams playing the Saints, run the ball down their throats. When Rams have more again, this is the rain I was talking about. All right, Rams, when you have momentum, stick with the reason for that momentum, which, I mean, again, unless you're just not thinking right, it's running the damn football, guys. Like, run the ball more. Or run the ball more. Until the other team stops it, which the Saints weren't gonna. And don't pump the brakes, passing it, obviously. Only long play, obviously, was a 44-yard connection, I think, something like that. DeMarcus Robinson as well. 0 point in the first half for the first time since the versus Falcons in Week 16, 2016, where, of course, they got blown out. Of course, that's when they had Jared Goff. I think final score was like 44-7. It was really bad. Outside of that, though, again, Sean McVay's never gotten shut out outside of Super Bowl 53, which we will not be talking about for obvious reasons. But again, we talk about no call if we're going to do that. Okay. Yeah, Rams D is closing up. Is a closing group. Obviously, they can really close out games if they need to. Big bounce back as well after whatever that happened last week. Rams offense has to find a way to be more explosive. Again, Kyron isn't a home run hitter. He just isn't. He's not fast enough. Tutu Atwell is though. So use him that way. Okay, outside of that, though, I don't really think we have much else to talk about for the Rams. Again, defensively, they're obviously really good when they can play like that. They didn't actually have a sack, but they got some pressure. Obviously, Christian Roseman with 12 tackles as well. Overall, the Rams defense obviously played really well. For the Saints, though, I have some stuff to talk about here. Again, I talked about one thing. MVS earned himself a contract as a free agent. I mean, he's been like their #1 receiver. Again, not really a great game here, but did catch a game-tying touchdown. Derek Carr overall, 24 of 37, 184 and a touchdown. He was pretty good overall. Alvin Kamara had a pretty decent amount of fantasy points. Case Mill, again, I hope he recovers well from that ACL injury. Defensively, Ugo Amadi really pissed me off. Again, he had 9 tackles. Overall, though, the secondary was very stingy in man coverage. Stick with that, again, for the rest of the season, not for, again, obvious reasons. Again, Kamara could have been used better than this one, in my opinion. He could kind of just dump off. Again, that's just not going to really work out. Again, they don't have any receivers, though, so that's kind of why. This defense, though, again, they really bad against the run. Kind of really can't do anything about that, considering, again, the defensive tackles aren't really, fit for that play. But then again, Kool-Aid McKinstry shouldn't be out there for those situations either. Blake Ruby obviously missed that one field goal. For this team stats, obviously neither offense are really that productive. Saints did have the ball longer, again, most because they dominated possession in the first quarter, if I'm not mistaken. With that said, over 156 yards for the Rams offense there on the ground. And outside of that, I think I had one other thing to say, but it's eluding me right now. Keep Rizzy. And yeah, why are you blocking putting a tight end as on Jared Verse in that last play? Also, this is the thing I was talking about. Where is he? Jordan Whittington, 100 return yards. Again, he had some pretty big returns in the game. That's the most return yards for a Rams player since Pharaoh Cooper. If you don't remember that as well, he was Rams returner back in like 2017, McVay's first year as a Ram head coach. He had 110 yards in a win versus also ironically versus Saints back in 2017. That was actually a big one for the Rams in that back then. But either way, that's all I got for you guys here. Just wanted to share that stat. Now let's get to the game that again you guys were all anticipating coming into.
They're carrying more than defenders in their hopes of raising a Lombardi trophy.
Fake it to Henry. Lamar escapes for a moment, and then a second time. Plants the feet and fires. Wide open! Zay Flowers with the wiggle! The old yips. Here's a 1st and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30. Oh, what a catch! Lamar threw it back at the 29. Point by Tucker. Collides with the upright. Keeps, gives, Goddard, tiptoes! Touch! Did a great job. Oh, here it comes, Jim. Your favorite, the tushy pushy. The fumble handle on the snap. They say touchdown. Here's Tucker. That kick. Wide left. For the lead. Tucker's got a hook. This time, wide right. That would mean you have a chance of a one-on-one if he comes down to the ground. First down. Saquon. Oh, here he goes. Barkley at the 10, the 5. This kid is a stud. 4th and 8. Gotta have it. On the run and incomplete. Now, strengthen the positives. 3rd and 3, and this will probably end it. We got a flag. Hold on a minute. It's going to put a highlight together for us. Questions, and now you're like, okay, the ball will matter in those games. Penalties will matter. It's the hidden yardage. To the end zone, pulled down by Likely. Game's not over.
And then there's no time to wait.
And the Eagles, of course, are able to go on the road into Baltimore and hand Lamar Jackson's second loss ever versus an NFC opponent, as they are able to again have a strong finish after neither team did really anything in the third, really honestly, for most of that second half, and obviously the third quarter, as they're obviously able to again build that double-digit lead, or 2-score lead, or double-digit lead even, and obviously get the 24-19 win over a Baltimore Ravens squad. That now has the most losses, technically tied for the most losses under Lamar Jackson in a single season. Again, we're talking about when Lamar actually starts games. Eagles are 10-2. They've won 8 in a row. They're the best team in arguably the NFL. I'm not going to say in the NFL because the Lions exist. But still, they're really freaking good, and they're going to be playing a really freaking good team now. They're playing the Panthers next week. But still, Ravens are 8-5 into their bye week. They've got a couple big ones after that. Also, Jalen Hurts did absolutely nothing, but, I mean, didn't really need to do anything. So, yeah, that's good. There's like some things. That's not there. That's something I was going to talk about there. Yeah, Jalen did do a good job game managing, which is going to piss some Eagles fans off, but I don't really care. Saquon, what about him? He scored a 25-yard touchdown. That's what he's. This is a typical Saquon game, especially against a pretty good defense. So you want to moan about him for MVP, you can, but this is not going to get him an MVP. Jalen Hurts did have a touchdown though. AJ Brown, he did get locked up a little bit by Nate Wiggins, but overall still was pretty productive. Obviously, a touchdown from Dallas Goedert. Overall though, offensively, kind of just like a game that like they didn't really struggle in a lot of ways, and they were somewhat good in the red zone. That's kind of why they won this one. Yeah, defensively though, biggest things though, they really stepped up, guys. Like they played really well, especially when it got like around midfield, like that neutral area, I guess you could call it. They were really, really good. Obviously, Philly linebackers are thriving in coverage. I mean, guys, Nakobe Dean's freaking elite in that way. Zach Bond also really flying around as well. Give them their credit there as well. Both defenses showed their goods. I'll tell you that. Like both defenses again showed what makes them a good group at times. Obviously, passers overall is pretty well rounded as well. That's really all I got there. Again, that's just what it looked like on film. And obviously, I'll get to the thing about the Eagles in a second. That's really all I got on the Eagles, right? Yeah, I think that's about it. Jake Elliott hit a field goal, I guess, for the Ravens. Lamar. He had a decent game. I think a little bit impatient sometimes over the middle of some of his passes. I think, isn't getting antsy, which is good. Obviously helping out the wide receivers with that as well. Zay Flowers had a big play. Mark Andrews 6 for 67, a touchdown. Lamar again had like a stat padding run. Derek should have gotten more carries. Isaiah Likely did score a touchdown as well. But biggest problem with this team, did not convert on third down, and they could not move the ball past midfield on a lot of drives, and that's not going to get you very far. Defensively, they were decent. Kyle Hamilton is single-handedly, I'll say that. Where is that? Where did I put that? Single-handedly, what is it called? Figuring out how to sort of contain Saquon. That's basically what he was doing the entire game. That's why he wasn't great in coverage. That's why he gave up that one touchdown, because he was not ready for that play. But Kyle Hamilton, again, trial and error worked out pretty well, I guess. Yeah. Outside of that, though, obviously we'll get Justin Tucker in a second. That's what we're going to get to. Alright, I have two things on Justin Tucker. That's how bad he played. Of course, he missed 3 kicks in total. 10 missed kicks, career high, NFL high as well this season. He's buns, and he's got to be gone. No, I don't know. He's been horrible this year, though. Team stats. Ravens had a lot more yardage. Like I said, could not convert on third down in a lot of ways. Controlled the clock as well. But again, can't get the ball in the end zone, and you miss some big kicks, probably going to lose the football game, guys. It still would have been like... What were we going to say? The actually probably would have won if Justin Tucker was better. He's honestly, screw it. Single-handedly the reason they lost this game. Let's just put it as it is. The Eagles were not that good on offense in this one. The Ravens contained them really, really well. But outside of that, though, I mean, the Eagles are on a collision course with the Lions, guys, unless something unforeseen happens. Because, I mean, they're clearly the best 2 teams in the conference. With that said, though, all I got for you guys here now, let's see what happened in that snowy Sunday night game.
That happened tonight.
Bills.
Niners. On Sunday night.
Couple of good guys.
Just
sit in front of him. Exactly. The bounce to the outside. Davis to the end zone. Diving in. And here comes the... There you go.
Nope.
His hand injury on that left hand that he injured earlier this year. Back out there. And he competes. Who takes off? Cook down the sideline at the 20 and the 10. And all the way. Running backs wide left. Allen. Has time, throws to the corner, brought down by Matt Collins, 55. Drives it, but it's short. First and goal here, and it's inside. Give it the last second. Juszczyk lost the football. And Buffalo's got it, and there goes Christian Bedford. This is behind Cooper, who brought it in. Pitched it back to Allen, who's going to go to the goal line and get in. Fake to Pearsall. This is technically a run. It's Isaac Dorindo to the goal line. Second and goal. Allen stepping up, popping, running, scoring again. Very rare occurrence here tonight. People said, okay, return, lost the football.
They can to support somebody they love.
Pass from 49.
And what was a clinching game as the Bills, of course, were able to clinch the AFC East. Again, we talked about that all in the intro. If you forgot about that, well, I really don't blame you. But yeah, of course, the Bills moved 10-2. They won their 7th straight game. Blowout fashion, 35-10 over the San Francisco 49ers. Of course, fall to 5-7, their 3rd straight loss. They are essentially cooked. But hey, we'll see what happens, obviously. Bills moved 10-2. They will probably be heading to LA to blow out the Rams, too. So... yeah, I guess they're blowing out every AFC, NFC East, NFC West team, I guess, except the Cardinals, because they beat them by like 6 points in week 1. But that's besides the point. Is Niners, of course, fall to 5-7, like I said. They'll be playing the Bears at home next week in what is a must-win game for them. But of course, Bills, let's talk about some of them. Either way, Brock Purdy, first game of his career throwing under 100 yards. Running game was not good. I won't say it was not good. I mean, but they ran average-wise, was pretty. But again, get down by a lot. Gotta be a little more explosive. But Isaac Drennan, of course, scored the team's lone touchdown. Debo was not good. Juwan Jennings is their number 1 receiver right now, guys. Snow White, they were honestly the best way to put it for this Niners offense. They were not able to deal with the elements. 3 bad fumble losses is not going to really get you anywhere, obviously. With CMC out for the year, the Niners are in a very rough spot, obviously. First time since 2017 with back-to-back 10 or less point games. Again, that was Kyle Shanahan's first year as well. After that, they'll get 3 fumble losses for the Niners. I think that's all I got for you guys. Defensively, they were kind of put in a hard spot in the first place. I can't really blame them for how they played. I'm honestly just trying to give them a pass for this game. Jake Moody missing 2 field goals. Bad weather. I mean, you got to take that there. Josh Allen, 4 total touchdowns, which is just absolutely ridiculous. Becomes the first quarterback ever to catch, rush, and receive a touchdown in the same game. 5th player ever to do that. As well, of course, James Cook, Ray Davis both had pretty good games as well. Again, Josh Allen obviously with the rushing touchdown. James Cook, 65-yard rushing touchdown. That's the longest touchdown by a Bills running back, obviously, since 2016. That, of course, was, what's his name? The running back for Shady McCoy. There we go. I think that was like week 16 or something. But, again, besides the point there as well. Bills online dominated in a lot of ways as well. Dawson Knox, 2 catches for 56 yards. Touchdown for Matt Collins as well as Josh Allen. Again, is receiving on the hook and ladder. And Mark Huber nicely gets assists there. That's just a bizarre play, guys. Also, Josh Allen, 4th player, or gets quarterback, I don't even know. 4th player ever, something like that, to get throw and catch his own touchdown. Obviously, the most notable, was Mariota back in that 2017 wildcard game, again, that 22 that comeback over the Chiefs. 22-21, I think, was the final. With that said, though, Bills with division earliest since. Okay, let's talk about that. All right, the Bills are great. The defense played great in a lot of ways, I guess. Tyler Bass actually almost screwed me over in fantasy, but that's besides the point as well. Bills had a lot of yards, 220 on the ground as well. They again, 1 time position. They blew out the Niners. That's all I got for you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed all these games. And again, I'll have you guys for the Monday Night Football recap tomorrow. With that said, all I got for you guys here. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed all Sunday games. Comment section below. If you made it through all the way through, you're a GOAT. With that said, though, hope you guys enjoyed all Sunday games. We got the power rates coming for week 14 as well. Again, we're coming down a stretch here as well, guys. That's all I got for you guys here. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Do or die for Ohio State. Howard in trouble.